There is no wrong way to feed your dog. We do not shame pet parents for feeding the diet that they feed and 100% support your decision. But sometimes pet parents aren't properly educated on the telltale signs of whether your pet is struggling on a diet or actually thriving. So with this video, we hope that these 3 tips really help you know how to feed them and make sure that it's working for your pet. No matter the diet, if your pet is struggling, they will be experiencing flatulence, hair loss, poor skin and coat, and usually allergies and sensitivities. This is a telltale sign that your pet is actually struggling. It's when we start to notice these things. What we need to remember is that the skin is the biggest organ of the body, and it's usually the first system to go. Obviously, we can pick it up in their stools that they're not doing so well digestively, but the skin is always the first organ to go. By this I mean that your pet's going to become itchy, they're going to have dry skin, the hair is going to fall out, the fur is going to fall out, and they're just really not going to be well. Naturally, an easy way to curb these issues that your pet is experiencing when it's diet-based is to change the diet with the help of a qualified nutritionist, or use these simple tricks that we'll talk about today in this video to improve your pet's diet health. Things like including extra moisture, which can be water or black decaf teas over your pet's food, will really help if you're feeding a dry food exclusively. By increasing moisture, you're taking the stress off of the digestive system once your pet eats that food. Conventionally, these types of issues are treated with antibiotics, cortisones, immunosuppressive drugs like Apoquel or Cytopoint, but this doesn't always fix the root cause of the issue, and we can fix this by diet in most cases. Don't get me wrong, there is definitely a place for conventional medicine, as is with everything, but for these type of pets, limiting the ingredients they are exposed to is usually the first thing that we change with a pet that is struggling with allergies and intolerances. Tip number 2 is if you are keen to cook for your pet, do not wing it. More often than not, pet parents are choosing to cook for their pets at home, which is absolutely awesome. But the recipes that you find on Facebook, like the chicken and rice, the chicken and peas and corn, the chicken liver and rice, those are deficient in minerals and nutrients. And over time, this can cause long-term issues for your pets. Health conditions seen in pets that are struggling from mineral and vitamin deficiencies are things like allergies, lethargy, poor skin and coat health, and long-term illnesses such as cardiac disease, which is your heart, and other more serious conditions that dogs experience today. If you are a pet parent that wants to cook for your dog, make sure you are working with a qualified nutritionist to make sure that the formula you are feeding and cooking up for your pets at home is the correct formula for them. This is a service that we do offer, but if you need help, pop us a DM and let's see how we can collaborate and work together. Tip number 3 is feed the best that you can afford. Having a pet is a really big monthly expense when you look at vet care, pet insurance, and the food that you're feeding. But feeding the best that you can afford is the most important point. This doesn't mean that you feed a low-grade food so that you can keep up with the Joneses. But what it does mean that if you can't afford a premium dry food or to feed an exclusive fresh food, that you find a middle ground to really suit your pet's needs. This means that you can feed a standard dry food as well as some fresh in an 80-20 model. What this does is naturally provides your dogs with the nutrients that they're supposed to be getting, but also giving them an option for fresh, bioavailable, healthy foods to be included in their bowls. This is super easy to follow, and studies have shown that just including fresh 3 times a week in a group of case study dogs reduced cancers and inflammation. An example of the 80-20 model would be this. If Floof eats 100 grams of dry food a day exclusively, you will reduce that to 80 grams of dry food with 20 grams of fresh foods on rotation. This is still 100 grams of food per day, but now you are adding a little bit of fresh for their bioavailability and benefits. Foods that you can add are boiled or scrambled eggs, steamed meats, steamed livers, steamed vegetables, and chopped up fruits. Dried toppers like sprats or pilchards or other air-dried pet snacks are great options too. You can also cover the food in added liquids to increase moisture content and aid in digestion. We hope this video has helped you make better choices for your pet's diet long term. If you'd like to learn more about pet nutrition, please give us a follow and save this video for later.